Hey guys, what's going on? So I am very excited today because in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Thursday Explorer boot. Now, let me start out by saying that the reason why I haven't reviewed any Thursdays up till now is due in part to my loyalties to other brands, but also because so many other phenomenal YouTubers have already reviewed this boot, such as my buddy Nick at Stridewise. He loves the Thursday Captain boot. He says it's his favorite. He's been talking about them for years now, been wearing them and covering them for years. I felt like that territory was kind of already covered. Same with Red Wing, that's why I don't do as many Red Wings as I would otherwise, just because other people have done the work I feel already. There's another account on Instagram called Cuffington, and he is basically the Thursday boot ambassador on Instagram. Check out his account if you're interested in all things Thursday boot. Yeah, he has basically almost every Thursday boot model from what I can tell, and yeah, they just have such a huge following. I'm sure you're already familiar with the story. Some college guys wanted some affordable Goodyear welted boots that were within a reasonable price range, and for that reason they started Thursday boots. Also, my cobbler Sonny, he has bought a couple of Thursday boots for his father. His father absolutely loves them. Feeling a little bit left out that I've never reviewed some Thursdays, I wanted to finally throw my hat in the ring and check them out and see what they're like and give my assessment. I was perusing the Thursday Boot site, and they have a lot of models. I'm talking tons, at least 100 different models. They've got so many different iterations of cap toes and Chelseas. Their most popular, from what I can tell, their flagship model is the Thursday Captain, which again has been covered extensively. So yeah, they have a bunch of different types of Chelseas. Cavalier Chelsea, they have the Legend Chelsea, they have the Duke Chelsea, and in line with slip-ons, they also have the Harness, as well as the Rogue, which I will also be reviewing here shortly. The Rogue really caught my eye. But yeah, they've got lace-ups, they've got, like I said, the Captain, they have the Titan, they have the President, which is basically their Captain but in a plain toe model. They have the Kasamoto, which is a racer type boot. They have the Scout, which is a chukka. They have the Cadet, which is looks like a chukka with a cap toe. They have the Diplomat, which is a mock toe. The Explorer falls under their lace-up models. They have the Major. They also do wingtips. They have the Commander. The Vanguard is also a cap toe boot. They do belts. They do women's boots. Anyways, they have so many offerings, and I have just been so curious over the years what they're actually like in real life. I wanted to jump in with a pair that would not only be different from the other boots in my rotation, but also something that I don't see as much coverage on, and that is the Thursday Boot Explorer. This thing is a tank. So that is why I landed on this pair of Explorers. So let me get into the specs on these Explorers here. So they retail for $249, a very good price for these. It's made in black, matte, rugged, and resilient leather. It's got a storm welt construction for longevity, also prevents water seeping in. It's got a fully lined supple glove leather interior, a padded collar for comfort. It's got shock absorbing memory foam insoles. It's got long lasting Kevlar blend laces, hard-wearing steel shanks, cork bed midsoles that form to your feet, double Vibram New Flex outsoles, handcrafted with integrity. They offer free domestic U.S. ground shipping, free domestic U.S. returns. International shipping is available. So the Explorer is a streamlined take on the traditional American combat boot, featuring storm welt construction, Kevlar blend laces, and durable Vibram New Flex outsoles. The Explorer is best in its class for difficult weather, while the clean design, memory foam insoles, and glove leather interior make it versatile enough for everyday wear. Like any great Explorer, you'll be prepared for whatever the day brings your way. Our footwear is handcrafted alongside similar products from other brands that charge customers in the $300 to $600 price range. We make zero compromises in terms of quality materials, manufacturing, or business ethics, fair labor, and sustainability. We simply believe that offering customers a great value is the foundation to long-term business success and is the honorable thing to do. So this boot's completely resolable. This boot, out of 576 reviews, is rated 4.9 out of 5. I never thought I'd be doing this. This is basically the Thursday's version of a combat boot. And today only, I will be showing my actual combat boots from my days in the Air Force and comparing them to these. All right, so here are my actual combat boots. Haven't worn them in years. So this is from a brand called Bellevue. This is also built on a Vibram Commando sole. Part of what was nice about these boots is you're not supposed to polish them because they are fire retardant boots. So these are Bellevue boots in a size 9, and these things are heavy. The sole is built in with specialty, I believe, flame retardant properties. So they're full grain leather. I believe the Kevlar laces on these are they're basically the same. As you can see, yeah, they have basically the same sort of a lacing setup. These Kevlar laces are interesting because on the Thursdays, they seem to be the exact same Kevlar military grade laces there. This boot, however, the design of this harkens to the Jungle Boot. Rose Anvil did a really good video. I'll include that link in the description below. He talked all about the Jungle Boot and how, yeah, basically the shaft here is made with Kevlar as well. A very tough nylon type material, and the tongue on this one is also Kevlar. They allow for a quick lace up like that because the eyelets here are quick pull eyelets, so you can really lace them up quickly. These are quick pull drawstring eyelets. Basically, you just whoop, and it's basically tied. That's of course designed for like emergency situations. You got to get your boots tied up, laced up real quick. That's what that's for. The Thursdays are built with a very similar lace idea. Like I said, their version of the combat boot, I'd say it's extremely accurate to the real thing. As you can see, it's got a similar quick pull lace function. Boom. And it's basically ready to go. The Thursday boots actually have rollers on these eyelets that allow for a better pull string action when you're lacing them up. Whereas these ones, there is no roller mechanism in there. It's just a simple loop there to lace them up quickly. So that being said, the advantages to these is without the roller, the quick drawstring action is a lot quicker. On the Thursdays, it's a little bit more controlled, I would say, so you can't pull these as quickly, but I really think that the rollers in the quick release eyelets are very much nicer than the actual combat boots. This is basically what I would consider a luxury combat boot. So let's see how the sizing compares between the Bellevues and the Thursdays. So these Thursdays are in a size 8.5. That's a half down from Brannock, a perfect fit for my foot. The Bellevues are a size 9, and they're basically actually almost, yeah, they're identical. The Bellevues have a lot more, the combat boots have a lot more volume in the toe box there. I wore these for years. They're a very good fit. Like I said, the disadvantage is that you get a leg workout when you wear them because they're just so dang heavy. The Thursday Explorer, it's the same height, it looks like. Maybe the combat boots are just a hair, maybe a 1/4 inch taller. For all intents and purposes, this thing is definitely a combat boot. When I wear them, they look like combat boots. They feel like combat boots. They're a lot lighter though, because they don't have that heavy sole, that heavy material built into the sole. So they're a lot friendlier to walk in. If I'm being honest, way more comfortable. This black matte leather is crazy. It's got like a nice chalky feel about it, similar to like a nubuck. So we have 5 eyelets and then 4 of the quick draw string eyelets at the top here. The Thursday last, yeah, it's definitely a little bit more of a narrow last. When I first put my foot in there, it just pinched me just a little bit, but that was because the tongue, my instep was squished, the tongue sort of folded at the base, and so that sort of hurt my instep a little bit. But as soon as I pulled the tongue up, they were a glove-like fit. Really happy with the fit. I was super blown away by I was surprised by just how versatile they are. Now, like I said, they do have that combat boot look about them, which is by design. These Thursdays are a really manly boot, and speaking of manly things, I just got in this new lighter from Douglas. I actually ordered this from China. I really love these lighters. I'm a lighter nerd. Whenever I see Douglas coming out with a new lighter, I always have to get on the new models. So I probably have 15 of these things already. This is called the Generation 3 Douglas field lighter in Japanese brass. They're overbuilt, absolutely incredible. I have a video on these lighters. I noticed some scraggly threads on these combat boots here, so I'm gonna actually burn those down real quick. You can see that lighter in action. I absolutely love this thing. Seal off all the looseness, all the frays. I just gassed this thing up so it's kind of spewing flames out of the top there. All the loose strands along the quarter there. Yeah, this thread feels kind of cheap that they used in the combat boots. Quick plug for the Douglas field lighter. Yeah, one of my favorite everyday carry shops, urbanedc.com. They sold these, but they've been sold out, so I had to order one from China. But it actually wasn't very expensive. I also just got this new one. This is from Urban EDC. I've never seen them run a lighter like this before, but this is in, I think, blue anodized steel. Just beautiful. So I have the brass, I have the stainless steel. Like I said, whenever I see a new Douglas field lighter being sold, I just have to get it. So Thursday also sells this Explorer boot in 2 other colors. So the Explorer also comes in dark olive suede. I was actually kind of tempted by those. I really like the look of those. The dark olive suede it's dark enough of an olive, it will look black in low light. It's got a super badass, rugged, earthy look about it. And the eyelets are actually nickel instead of matted out black. And yeah, that's just an incredible boot. I was on the fence going between black and olive, but I went with the black in the end. They also sell some in cedar. The cedar are super attractive as well. They also have the nickel hardware on there. They've got a nice brown contrasting collar at the top, and also a very badass looking boot. Looks more similar to like a desert boot. So I've walked around 2 full days in these already, and the comfort is just unreal. I can't believe it. I can't believe they were able to produce a boot of this quality at this price point, $250. Now what I will say is I can tell that this leather was sourced in Leon, Mexico, so it doesn't have that heavy weight feeling of like a Horween leather or like a Stead leather. Like a lot of those leathers are so infused with oils and waxes that it creates a heavier feel to a boot. This leather is a lot more lighter weight, and so that actually leads me to my next comparison, which is Dievier. So these Dievier boots also have a very similar feel and smell to them as these Thursday boots. These Dieviers are in a black waxed suede. These are my Dievier Nomad Boots in black waxed suede, and I have to say these Dieviers, they run retail about $180, and I have to say, like, in terms of quality and feel, these feel very comparable to the Thursdays. They do have that sort of made in Mexico feel about them. That's not a bad thing. I believe the leather for these was sourced from Lafarque Tannery, which my buddy Nick also toured. Lafarque produces all kinds of crazy different leathers, and they're able to do it a little bit cheaper than the American tanneries, and so for that reason they just have a different quality about them. It's a little bit less firm of a temper leather, I would say, compared to like a double shot from Seidel or heavily oiled Chrome XL from Horween. So it's definitely got like a little bit of a drier feel to it. I can tell that these were made in Mexico, and a lot of, you know, machining was used. It is going to be a large operation, so it's not going to have like that super duper refined bespoke feel about them. But I will say that, yeah, for the price, you're getting an incredible value for the Dieviers and for the Thursdays. They might even be made in the same factory. I'm not exactly sure. So my overall assessment, frankly, I'm blown away by what you get for $250 here. This is crazy. Like I said, they are so comfortable. The fit is perfect. It's one of those just effortlessly good boots. You know what I mean? Easy to throw on, easy to pair with outfits. Black is not my go-to color, but these pair up great with like olive chinos, olive denim. These pair up great with dark denim. So I wear these a lot with like my earthier toned pants. These would also go great with black denim for sure, if you're going for that blacked out appearance. These will also go really good with gray, like dark gray denim. No matter what the shade of gray, it would go great with light gray, dark gray, everything in between. What I really just appreciate about this model is just the murdered out black look that it has going on. The eyelets are matte black color. The leather's matte black. The sole is matte black. The commando rubber sole is black. The midsole is matte black. The insole is matte black. The stitching is black. Yeah, so if you're going for that really super duper rugged commando type look, this is it. This is like the quintessential combat boot. I'd choose these over my real combat boots any day of the week because, like I said, they're just lighter weight, they're more comfortable, the fit is a little bit better for my foot, and not to mention, yeah, these have steel built into the toe as well. These do not. This is going to be a structured toe, but it's not going to have steel in there, so less metal, which is a good thing. If you're doing a lot of city walking, a lot of office work, then these are far superior to the actual combat boot, I would say. So overall, I have to give this brand a 10 out of 10. Seriously, I don't know what took me so long to hop on a pair of Thursdays. I guess a lot of us in the boot world who collect Alden, Viberg, Grant Stone, we start getting into the bespoke stuff with the Indonesian brands and such like that. We have a tendency to sort of turn our nose up at some of these more affordable brands, but I can tell you, my buddy Take O, Bootlosophy on YouTube, he also covered the Thursday boots. He's also a huge fan of them. So even for the snobs among us, I'd say Thursday boots are definitely worth a look. If there's a gap in your rotation, if you don't have something, they probably could fill it for a lot cheaper than what you would get, you know, say from paying premium prices like for a pair of Aldens or something. I have a ton of Aldens and I am absolutely in love with this brand. You know, I was sort of on the train of, well, I want to spend more, get a better product sort of a thing. Oh, I want the best of the best. Well, and I get that tendency. The snob in us always wants to have the best of the best. But I would say that if you have a gap in your rotation and you would like to fill that gap with some affordable options, these Thursday boots, you will not be disappointed with them at all. I am seriously blown away by what you get for the money here. So yeah, it's just got such a cool design to it. I love this straight line along the quarter here that leads to the back heel stay. I will also say that the welt joint, you can't hardly see it. They do such a good job connecting those welt joints. That's something that Alden actually doesn't always do a good job with, the welt joint. It takes me a minute to actually find it because they do such a good job closing off that welt joint there. This padded collar at the top is super comfortable. It's really nice foam in there. Super good. You could even, you know, I see in some of the Thursday boot pictures for these, they even tuck their pants in to the collar, which I think is not a bad look at all. And yeah, what also is really cool is they have a pull tab here at the back to help you get into it, which I definitely appreciate. So it's subtle and it blends back in with the boot. When you're done using it, it just snaps back up and, you know, affixes to the back of the collar there. And yeah, that back heel strip, it's got a nice ovular shape at the top. What else I appreciate about, you know, now that I'm into leather work, I see at the top of this pull tab here, they actually they double stitch along the very top. But that actually serves a functional purpose, because see, as you pull this pull tab, the leather over time will stretch, and that stitching will actually hold that leather in its form and will not allow it to stretch. So functionally, that's a really, you could just tell that they put so much thought into every aspect of these boots. All right, so let's actually compare the sizing real quick. So these are my Grant Stone diesel boots in Crimson CXL, otherwise known as Brown CXL. And let's take a look. So yeah, I would say that the Grant Stones are just a little bit longer. So yeah, I want to say that the Thursdays appear to be just a little bit shorter, a little less volume in the toe box there. So I wear these Grant Stones with like super thick socks. I found that so these are 8.5, so I found that I think the 8E is probably a little bit more of a bespoke fit for my foot. The Thursdays, they feel to be more of a technically correct fit for my foot type. So they're a little bit shorter, just a little bit. I wear these Thursdays very comfortably with like medium to lightweight socks. I actually don't think I'd be able to pull these off with like super thick socks. My super thick camp socks, I don't think I'd be able to comfortably wear them throughout the day in those. So for that reason, I would probably wear these with, yeah, mid-weight socks, I would say. Whereas the Grant Stones I can wear with super thick socks. So yeah, both 8.5, there you go. Sizing comparison. Grant Stone is basically identical with Alden, so hopefully that's a good reference point for you. Let's do another one. Chisos Cowboy Boots. All right, so we got left boot. The Chisos are a size 9, and they basically run true to size, and yep, the length is identical there. So Thursday 8.5 Chisos, size 9. Yeah, and the Chisos also have a narrowed out toe box here, so but the fit basically feels almost the same. The last that they built this Thursday on is good, I'd say, for most foot types. It's an easy boot to wear. Go a half down from Brannock and you'll be good. Most foot types will accommodate this last, I would say. The upper has a very forgiving feel to it, so even if you do have a wide foot, that'll break in very nicely and form to your foot very well. All in all, very happy with this brand. Like I said, stay tuned. I've got another pair of Thursday boots I'm going to be reviewing here shortly. But anyways, very satisfied, very blown away for what you're getting for the price point here. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please leave me your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Thursday boots? Do you own any? Anyways, stay tuned. I've got a lot more boot reviews coming up. I will see y'all in my next video.